Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So again, hopefully you have a chair if you need a chair. And as I'm liking to start every class with breathing exercises, we are going to start this class with the breath of joy, which if you've been in my classes before, we've done this one. And I'll repeat what I've always said about it. They claim that it's almost impossible not to smile and find some joy during this breath. So don't challenge yourself not to smile. Let yourself smile or even laugh if you need to. I'm going to go through this breath. It's super relaxing for the nervous system and allows ourselves just kind of a feeling of calm when we're done, but of calm energy. So I'll show you what it's like. It's a 3-part breath. We inhale in 3 parts, and I'll show you what that is. It's going to be through our nose and then out our mouth on the exhale, and we make movement while we do it. So we first inhale by bringing our arms forward. I'll go through it and then we can all do it together, or you can do it now if you'd like. We inhale, bringing our arms forward, and then we inhale again, bringing our arms wide, and then we inhale one more time, bringing our arms up, and then we exhale and fall forward.
Oh, forward.
Right back up with an inhale, arms halfway up. Inhale again, arms wide. Inhale again, arms up, and exhale forward. So we go through that 9 times, and we do it quite a bit quicker than what I just did. I'll show you what it looks like. So it'll be a inhale, 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 exhale. And you can exhale with a big ha breath to let your lungs clear. In fact, we even go a little bit faster than what I just did. So it's like that, and we do that 9 times. So before we begin and before I mute everybody, does anybody have any questions about that one? I know it's kind of a lot of information. Any questions that we know we have? Yes.
I'm concerned the up and down is so fast. I'm going to get lightheaded.
Okay. And if you get lightheaded, take it slower. And if you get lightheaded, if you feel more comfortable in stopping and not doing it, just try the exercise standing up tall and not going forward. Maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
With that said, you might start to feel a little bit funny, and use your judgment if that funny is a good feeling or if it's an unsafe feeling for you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and push mute on you guys. So if you want to say anything, you'll have to unmute yourself, and that's just so that we get a better recording. So mute. And you're more than welcome to do that, by the way, guys. You're more than welcome to speak up when you need to. Okay, let's all go through it slowly, and then we'll go a little bit quicker. So standing with your feet about hip width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider, we're going to inhale, arms up, inhale, arms wide, inhale, arms way up, and then through the mouth, exhale. Slowly again, inhale, arms halfway up, inhale, arms wide, inhale, arms up, and let it go, and come back up to standing. Seem okay? All right, let's go full speed. It's going to be inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale, and four more. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Last one. Now we're going to come up. Inhale, inhale, exhale, arms down. Close your eyes and just feel that energy move through your body. Maybe move your body a little bit if that feels good for you. Just kind of rolling your shoulders or moving your hips. Getting comfortable being present in your body and in your mind. All right, let's bring our feet back together. And just as we did, and I think the very first class of meeting, we did our sobriety test. We're gonna do that one today. We're gonna do that breath of joy that makes us lightheaded, and then we're gonna go into our sobriety test. Let's come back to the back of the mat. And maybe I should call it something different than a sobriety test, but it's just kind of a colloquial name for it. So with your heels back at the back of your mat, and if you're not using a mat, just know that you'll be walking about 6 feet forward and 6 feet back. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna heel toe up to the top of our mat and then heel toe back. If you need a chair for this, have a chair about midway at your mat. Okay, when you're ready, heel to toe. You can either go real slowly or you can walk a little bit faster. The faster you walk, the easier it is, in my experience. So if you want to challenge yourself, take it slower. And then a lot of us also find that walking backward is a little bit easier than walking forward. Remember in our balancing in yoga, in fact, all our yoga poses, I don't put a lot of emphasis on it, but all of our yoga poses have a focal point, also known as a drishti. And the focal point in this walking balance is the same as it would be in a standing still balance. A few feet ahead of you on the floor. If you want to challenge yourself, straight ahead on the horizon. If you really want to challenge yourself, up towards the ceiling. And if you want to fall over, eyes closed. Keep walking up and back a few more times. And let's connect with our breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. You can bring your arms wide if that's helpful, or sometimes hands at heart center, kind of centering can be helpful. Arms down at the side, arms up, whatever works for you. Let's go one more time, back and then up. And if you're not on the same pace as me, just end at the top of your mat. How you doing, Marley? Breathing in and out slowly, gently, and easily. And then coming to the top of your mat at your next round. Looks like everybody's there. Let's come to mountain pose. Feet are about hip width apart or together if that's more comfortable for you. Kneecaps are lifted up by contracting the thighs. Navel's drawn in and up. If you can, pull your pelvic floor up as well. Chest is open, shoulders relaxed away from your ears, arms down at your side and strong arms. Face is looking directly forward, or in this case, maybe at the screen. Chin wants to be parallel to the ground. Strong here. Take a moment and just imagine yourself as a mountain. Think about the qualities of a mountain. So strong and firm, immovable, powerful. Breathing deep into your belly if you can. Notice what this feels like in your body to just stand still. Notice what it feels like in your mind to just stand still. Place your right hand on your hip, and with an inhale, bring your left arm up and then overhead, sending your hips out to the left. Reach with the left arm, reach, reach, reach. Look up towards your left hand if that feels okay in your neck. Take a big breath in and out. Breathe in, reach up, touch the sky, and breathe out, arms wide and comes down. Bring your left hand to your waist. With an inhale, right arm up and over, reach to your left side, hips out to the right. Stretch. Maybe looking up towards your right hand. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. On your next breath in, come up, touch the sky, and exhale, arm comes down. Relax both arms down, a couple of shoulder rolls. And then we're gonna bring both arms up overhead. Bring your palms together and then bend your elbows, palms behind the head. Reach both arms up. And then hands come down to heart center. We're gonna do that a couple of times. We're gonna add breath. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands back. Inhale, arms back up. And exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more times. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands back. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, heart center. Last time without my narration. Arms down at your side, move your elbows or your shoulders a little bit. We're going right into our first balancing pose. So this one is going to be a chair pose on our tippy toes. So both legs stay on the ground, but the heels are gonna come off of the ground. So let's bring our feet either together or to hip width. That's up to you. I'm gonna choose feet together for this one for myself, but it's up to you if you're more comfortable with feet together or legs wide. Whichever position you've chosen, lift your toes up, see if you can spread your toes wide, and then relax your toes down. Contract your inner thighs, means squeeze your inner thighs, pulling your legs in towards each other. Pull your tummy in to help engage the core. With an inhale, reach your arms up, and an exhale, bend your knees, drop your seat back. So a side view of that. If arms overhead is a lot for you, you can bring your arms forward or even to your waist. Okay, up to you. See what works best for you. Then when you feel ready, and you can always use a chair for this if you need to, when you feel ready, bring your heels up off of the ground. Remember your focal point. You might feel your legs working quite a bit here. Two more breaths. And with an exhale, lower your heels, straighten your knees, and come forward into a forward fold. You can bend your knees there. I shouldn't have said straighten your knees. You can bend your knees there if that's more comfortable. Let's try that one more time. We're gonna inhale slowly, come back up. Arms reach up overhead. When you're ready, exhale, bend the knees into chair pose, heels off of the ground. And on your next exhale, drop your heels down, come forward.
Lowering your hands to the floor. If they won't come to the floor, bring them to your thighs. And then with an inhale, reach your right arm up, twisting gently through center. With an exhale, bring your hands back down. Inhale, left arm up, twist through center. Exhale, left hand comes back down. Again, right arm, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly straighten your spine and come back up, arms overhead. And bring your hands to heart. Take a couple of breaths here. Relax your arms down. If you're not already at the top of your mat, come to the top of your mat. We're going to move into a crescent lunge, which we've done a couple times now. Moving the left leg straight back. Both feet are facing forward, hips are facing forward. Left heel comes off the ground, right knee bends so that the knee is above the ankle. Let's just bring our hands to our heart, lift the elbows up so that they're wide. See if you can't send your pelvis, your hips, just a little bit more forward and lift the chest just a little bit higher. Bring your left hand to your right thigh, reach your right arm back, and then gently turn your head to the right. Grab your chair if you need to. Chest is staying tall. Right knee stays bent, strong thighs. Come back forward, chest up, hands at heart center. Straighten your right leg, bring your left heel down, relax the arms down, and gently step back to mountain pose. Toes facing forward in mountain pose. Hips are forward, setting ourselves up for the other side. When we're ready, right leg is gonna step straight back. Right heel comes off of the ground, left knee bends. Bring your hands to your heart, elbows wide. Use your chair if you need to for balance. Send your hips forward if you can. Lift your chest up, almost feeling like a little bit of a back bend. You might feel a big stretch in that right thigh or hip. You might feel a lot of strength in that left leg. If all the strength you're feeling in the left leg is in the outer thigh, see if you can contract that inner thigh, squeezing it in toward the right. Right hand's gonna come to the left thigh, left arm's gonna reach back, then turn to look to the left. Again, use that chair if you need to for stability. Come back to center, hands to the heart. Release your arms down, straighten through the front leg, bring your right heel down. And when you're ready, step back up to mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Nice and calm. Noticing what's in your body, noticing what's in your thoughts. Not judging or criticizing either, or even trying to change any. Just noticing. Now we're gonna move into a one-leg balance. So again, if balance is questionable, definitely have a chair or a wall nearby for stability. We're gonna start with the right leg down, and we're gonna see if we can just bring the left knee up. Find your focal point, something to stare at, and bring the left knee up off the ground. If it's available to you this morning, you might try to grab your left knee, wrapping your arms around it. Remember your focal point. And it's okay if you fall out and have to come back to it. We're gonna work until that right leg is pretty tired. Are we feeling it? Is that right leg starting to get pretty tired? Whenever you'd like, go ahead and bring that left leg down. Shake out the right leg a little bit. And we're going to the other side. Left leg's down, find your focal point, and when you're ready, right knee comes up. And if it's available to you, maybe grabbing your arms wrapped around your knee. Don't be shy to use your chair if you need to. That still challenges and works your balance the same as if you weren't using it. Come out whenever you need to, but I'm going to hold it a little bit longer for those who really want that challenge. All right, go ahead and release. Shake it out. It's a tough one, isn't it? We're gonna try an airplane pose. I'm gonna get another mat to come across here so that I can give a different angle. So airplane pose is another one-legged balance. We're gonna come back to the top of our mat in mountain pose. And we're gonna step straight back with our left leg, kind of like we were coming to that crescent lunge. Bend the right knee. Bring your arms wide, palms facing down. Then we're gonna lower the left chest down, or not the left chest, the chest down, the whole chest. And then carefully launch your left leg off of the ground while straightening through your right. You might hold on to your chair here too. The chair might be in front of you, or it might be holding on to it with one arm. You might be reaching forward, or you might have your hands to the side. Take a few more breaths here if you can. If you are holding on to a chair, try not to send too much reliance and weight onto the chair. Try to work the balancing yourself through that right leg. Let's see if we can land that left leg back with our legs wide. Turn your right foot in so that both legs are wide and facing the same direction. All right, turn both feet out just a little bit. We're gonna go into a goddess pose. We've done this one a few times before. With an inhale, reach arms up. With an exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Keeping that bend in the knees, we're gonna bring the left hand to the right thigh, reach the right arm back for a twist. Lower your chest here a little bit. Keep the knees bent, and you can send your bottom back further if you'd like. If you wanted to, if it's available to you, you could bring that left hand all the way down to the ground. If that's not available to you, keep it at the thigh. And let's come up. Straightening the legs, relax the arms. Let's go to the other side. With an inhale, arms reach up. With an exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Keep the knees bent. We're gonna go for the revolve. Right hand comes to the left thigh, left arm reaches back. Lower your chest downward, twist a little bit deeper if you can. And again, if it's available to you, you could be bringing your right hand to the ground. Doing big, deep bend in the knees, sending that bottom back, really working the hips here. And straighten through the legs, come back up. Arms relaxed. Let's bring the feet back together, walking the legs in, and we're gonna go to that crescent lunge and airplane pose on the other side. So coming back to the top of your mat. Mountain pose. Taking a big step back with the right leg. Bending the left knee, grab hold of your chair, wherever it is, if you need that chair. Otherwise, arms wide, palms facing down. Send your chest down, shift your weight into the left leg, and drag your right leg up. Straightening through the left leg. Remember your focal point. Whenever you're ready, right leg comes back down, legs wide. Turn your left foot in so that both feet are facing the same position or same direction. This time we're going to turn both feet slightly inward. Toes inward, heels outward, just slightly. You might again want to use your chair for this one. In this case, I'd be using the seat of my chair in front of me. We're going to go for a forward fold, and because we have our toes turned inward, we're going to really feel it in our legs. Sending your chest forward, come forward. You can bring your hands to the seat of a chair or to the back of a chair. You can bring your hands to your thigh. You can bring your hands to a block, or you can bring your hands to the ground. It's up to you. Notice the way this feels in your legs, especially in your calves for this one. For me, I really feel it in my calves because my toes are turned forward. I feel it in places I don't normally feel a big stretch. Or I should say toes turned inward, not forward. Relax your head down if that feels comfortable. Marley, why don't you use the chair? I think that'll be a lot more comfortable. Turn this one. Legs wide, a little bit wider. Toes turn slightly inward. Good, and then bring your hands down.
Oh, good. Good. Stretch your hands twice.
About 2 more breaths here. And then gently start making your way back up. Bring your heels back in, and then your feet back in. Isn't that a nice stretch? It's pretty intense, but it's a nice one. All right, from here, we're gonna go into another balance, a one-legged balance, but we're not gonna bring the feet off of the ground. Flute pose, which is appropriate for the flute music we have going on. From mountain pose, both feet are facing forward, even if we naturally have feet outward or inward. We're gonna adjust them so that they're facing forward. We're gonna start by balancing on the right leg. Left hip and knees are gonna open, keeping the foot on the ground. Lift the left heel up, and then slide the foot in closer to the right leg. Keep both feet on the ground. Then hands come out to the right, to grab our imaginary flute. Looking straight up and forward if you can. Try to find a focal point there on the wall or whatever is in front of you. And play your flute. Wiggle your fingers here. You could even make the blowing motion in your mouth for a little facial exercise. I guess if you're inclined to whistle, you could certainly do that too. Keep that left hip wide open. Press through the entire right leg so that it's strength from the ground all the way up into the hip. And relax the arms down. Bring the left knee forward and relax the left foot down. Mountain pose. Let's go to the other side. Left leg's going to be strong and grounded. Right hip, knees, and toes open to the right. Bending the right knee, right heel comes off of the ground. Sliding it in to rest against the left leg. Press through the left leg. Glute comes out to the left. Draw your navel in nice and tight. Look forward and play your flute. I'm sure I'm doing this wrong. If I have any flute players, they're probably just cringing right now. Feel free to whistle. Wiggling your fingers and remembering to breathe. Keep that right hip wide open. And of course, if you're struggling to balance here, use your chair. And relax your arms down. Right knee forward, bring your heel down and foot down. You can shake it out if you'd like to. We're gonna go into another one-legged balance with one leg on the ground, one leg off. This is one that's more challenging. It's probably the most challenging one we've done. So definitely use your chair if you think you need a chair. We're gonna see if we can grab hold of our ankle. So starting on our right leg, we're gonna bend the left knee and grab whatever you can. Maybe grab the back of your pants. If you can stretch your thigh far enough, you'll grab your ankle or your foot. Remember your focal point. Don't be shy to hold your chair. If it would feel good to you, if you've got a hold of your foot or your pants and it would feel good to you to stretch your thigh more, bring that knee back a little bit. If you're wearing shorts and you can't grab hold of your pants, this is an opportunity to grab a strap or a towel, place it around your foot, and you would hold the strap or the towel to help lift. A couple more breaths here. Keep in mind, this is one that you might feel cramping in your hamstring of that bent leg. If you do, try to relax your leg, and if that doesn't help, bring your leg back down. One more breath here. Relax your left leg down when you're ready and shake it out. We're gonna go right to the other side. So switch hands if you're using a chair. Left leg down, right knee bends, and see what you can grab. Strong through the left leg. Remember, if your right thigh cramps, release the leg down or try to relax it deeper into your hand or whatever's catching it. Pull the right knee back if you want to go for a deeper stretch into the right thigh. Take a few more breaths. One more breath. And relax it down. Shake it out. How are we doing? I told you this was going to be a lot of balance today. I hope we're all doing okay. Just a little bit more if you can stick with me. We're going to go into tree pose. Similar to flute, except for we will bring the foot off the ground. So again, with your chair if you need it. We're going to start with the right leg down. Open the left hip, knees, and toes to the left. Bring the heel off of the ground. Slide it into the right foot. Find your focal point. Hand at the chair if you need. Left foot comes up the right leg. Keep the left knee and hip wide open. The foot can rest on the calf area, or it can rest on the thigh area, or all the way into the groin area. Whatever is working best for you. In tree pose, we want to press the standing leg into the bent foot, or bent leg foot. So pressing the right thigh into the left foot. The left foot likewise is pressing into the right thigh to create an equal balance. Intertwine your fingers, pointers up, thumbs out, and reach your arms up overhead if you can. Now, for those of you holding a chair, just one arm up. Let's see if we can sway to the right. Trunk comes to the right a little bit. Back up tall, arms down, and knee down. Shake it out. Well, I didn't see any timbers. I didn't see anybody fall over, so good job, you guys. Let's go to the other side. Tall and strong in our mountain pose. Grab your chair if you're using a chair. Left leg's gonna be strong. Right hip, knees, and toes open to the right. Right heel comes up and slides in to prop against the left leg. Find your focal point. Right foot comes to the calf, the thigh, or the groin, or it can stay on the ground if that's where you're at today. That's okay too. Left leg is strong. Press your left leg into your right foot and your right foot into your left leg. If you're not using a chair, bring both hands together. Intertwine the fingers, pointers up, thumbs out, arms reach up overhead. And we're going to try to move the trunk to the left a little bit. Really challenging our balance. Come on, back up tall. Release the arms down, release the leg down. Shake it out. Good job. Back to the top of our mat. Mountain pose. With an inhale, arms wide, reach up tall. With an exhale, arms wide, send your chest forward to a forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your thighs, extend your spine, chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, straight spine, all the way up tall. Reach up tall, palms together, exhale, hands to your heart. Take a couple breaths here. With an inhale, arms wide, reach up tall, palms together, intertwine your fingers, reach up even taller still, send your hips forward, chest reaches up a little bit more, look up towards your thumbs. Take a breath in. And exhale, come on back up, hands come to heart center, prayer position. One more breath here. Hands come to your waist. Bring your feet about the width of your mat. Draw your navel in nice and tight to help protect your spine. With an inhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left elbow comes to the right. With an exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back to center. One more time to the right. Exhale, center. And to the left. Keep your tummy tucked in. Relax your arms down. Now we're going to do that too, or we're going to do that again, but with a little bit more laxity in our body. So bring your arms wide, and what I mean by that is we're just going to move a little bit more freely. Arms wide, we're going to just swing to the right, swing to the left. Don't go deeper than feels okay. Listen for subtle cues in your body to say this is too much for you. Subtle cues would be pain, burning, deep stretching feeling, exhaustion, anything else that your body might show up. Good. And come on back to center. Arms down. Roll your shoulders. Marley, you want to set your chair aside a little bit. Legs are going to come a little bit wider, guys. So they're going to come a little bit wider. If you're on slippery carpet, turn sideways on your mat. We're going to do some circles, kind of like the Wheel of Vitality, except for we're going to keep our legs straight if we can. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach up and sway to your right. Over to your left. Inhale up. Again. One more time. And to the left with an inhale and an exhale and an inhale. One more time. And arms come down. Walk your feet back into the edges of your mat. We're going to try to squat down. You know, let's bring our feet together. Come back to the top of your mat if you're not already there. We're going to bring our feet together and come to a squat. So I know that some of us have knee issues or ankle tightness or anything else that prevents us from a very deep squat, and that's perfectly okay. But I want you to visually in your mind imagine, even though we're bending with our knees, the strength isn't coming from our knees. The strength is coming from our inner thighs, our front thighs, our side thighs or hips, and our back thighs. And that's how we're gonna bend. We also can use our core here. So engage your core best you know how. We're gonna bend the knees like we did in chair pose. And then just come down as low as you can. Bring your arms forward if you need to, or even place them on the chair. Come down as low as you can. When you've come as low as you can, stay there for a moment and focus on that strength in your thigh. I'm going to come all the way down to the ground. When you've come as far as you can, stay there, strengthen the thigh, so strong. Bending your knees deep, dropping your seat down. Okay. And then however is best for you, come on down to the ground. We're going to come onto our bellies and work on cobra pose that we visited last week. So onto our bellies, legs straight out behind us, toes are pointed away from us. Hands are going to come down to our side, elbows tucked in toward the ribs, looking straight down. Then when you're ready, press the legs into the ground. With an inhale, press the arms into the ground. Lift the head, lift the chest, press through the arms and raise up into a back bend. Open the chest, shoulders away from your ears. Arms might be straight or they might be bent. Bend your elbows, gently release back down.
Take a breath or two here.
Let's try it again. With an inhale, raise your head, raise your chest. Elbows are stuck tight towards your ribs and raise up. Bending the elbows, lowering the chest, come back down.
Good. Rest here for a moment.
Reach your arms out overhead. We won't be here much longer. If you're terribly uncomfortable on your belly, see if you can stick with it. Otherwise, come off of your belly. From here, we're going to look straight down, but we're going to keep our head off of the ground. Pull your belly button up towards your spine. Hi, Climber. Then we're going to lift our right arm up off of the ground. And we're going to lift our left leg up off of the ground. Keep looking down. Both arm and leg are straight as can be. One more breath. And relax them down. Now we're going to go to the other side. Left arm's going to reach up. Right leg reaches up. And relax it down.
Take a breath. Almost done.
Point your toes. Head off of the ground, but continue looking down. We're going to see if we can't bring both arms off of the ground and both legs off of the ground. And bring it down. Let's see if we can bring both hands down to our chest, elbows tight toward the body. Raise up through the chest, push into the arms, off of the ground and back into a child's pose. Bringing your seat down toward your heels and head down toward the ground.
Remember, not everybody can get their bottom all the way down, and so their bottom might be up higher. Or maybe you can get your bottom down, but not your top down. Whatever is most comfortable and okay for you to be in your child's pose is where you want to be. Take a few breaths here. Notice what your body feels like in this position. And notice what your mind feels like as well. If your arms aren't already overhead, bring your arms overhead.
And then raise your chest and hips so that you'll end coming into a hands and knees tabletop position. Wrists align directly underneath your shoulders, knees align directly underneath your hips. Draw your navel up towards your spine. We're going to go into a spinal balance, much like we did laying on our belly. Looking straight down so that your spine is long in one straight position. With an inhale, right arm's going to reach up off of the ground. See what that feels like. And if you can, bring your left leg straight back. Big balancing right there. We've done a lot of balancing today. Bring it back down.
If your wrists are tired, come to your fist, or you could even do this on your elbows and just lift your leg off of the ground. Let's go to the other side. With an inhale, left arm reaches forward, right leg reaches back. And bring it down. Let's lower down. We're gonna end here, coming to our back. Come all the way to your back. I'm gonna check the time and see if it's time to go right into Shavasana or if we have time for a couple of stretches. Coming down onto your back. Legs come straight down or straight out. Arms at your side, palms facing up. And we're just gonna do 1 or 2 little leg stretches. Let's bring the right knee in towards our chest, kind of like we did when we were standing up in balance. Shoulders relaxed, and if you need to, bring a bolster or a pillow underneath your shoulders so that they can relax. Then we're gonna bring our hands behind our thigh and extend the right leg upward. You can bring your leg straight or the knee can be bent, whatever feels good. We're going for a stretch in the back of the thigh. Maybe you'll even feel it into your hip and buttocks. Like I said, just go for a stretch that feels good. No, not trying to necessarily straighten the leg unless that is what feels good. Bend that right knee, bring it in for 1 more little hug towards the chest. And then let the right knee fall open to the right for just a breath. And relax it down. We'll go to the other side. You'll like this, Marlon. Left knee comes in towards your chest, giving it a hug. Stay with that for a few breaths. Again, shoulders on the ground. If when you're doing this, shoulders won't relax on the ground, then place a pillow underneath your shoulders and head. From here, hands come behind the thighs, lifting the leg up. And again, just stretching the hamstrings. We're not going necessarily for a straight leg. However, if your hamstrings are feeling really flexible today, you could bring your hands wrapped around your foot and stretch from there. But being that our movement has been so limited the past several months, I wouldn't guess many of us are going for that deep of a stretch. Marley, straighten your left leg, honey, to stretch your hamstrings. Your left leg. See what I'm doing? One more breath. Bend your knee, bring it back in for a hug. And then let your left knee fall open, supported by the left arm. Just for a breath. Bring the leg back in, extending it out. Arms down, palms up. Looking straight up. Chin very slightly tucked. Close your eyes if that feels safe for you. Place a little smile on your face. breathing gently, allowing your body and mind a little bit of rest so that it can process what we've done, so that it can store that memory, so that you can find peace on your yoga mat, stillness in your body, and working towards stillness in your mind. If lying on your back isn't comfortable, of course, you can bend your knees or come into any position that is comfortable for yourself. We'll gently begin moving, bringing awareness into our breath and into our body. If you want to stay here for a longer relaxation time, absolutely do that. Being in your own home is a nice benefit. This is a nice benefit of being in your own home, is you can take your time and stay here as long as you'd like. But if you're ready to seal your practice, gently move your way on up to seated, taking your time without any haste. Right. So we're going to go ahead and close up, and so I'll stop the recording, and if you want to stick around and chat, you're certainly welcome to. But let's bring our hands to heart center and take a couple moments to just breathe and be, and speak any words to yourself that you might like to close your practice with. I encourage you to thank yourself for taking time out of your day for yourself, for making time for your yoga practice. And I, of course, thank you so much to allow me to lead you in your yoga practice today. It's just an honor and a privilege to get to share this time with you. And I honor each of you. Namaste.